First of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Queen Wortham, and I'm doing live spirit readings for my audience. This is the last live spirit reading of the summer, and I will be doing this in some way, shape, or form in the future. My vision that's been coming to me lately is doing this exact thing on stages at events. And so thank you so much for those of you who have been coming week after week and making it worth my time, making it so much fun. And just stay tuned in because there are bigger and better things in the future. I'm just jumping into the unknown and letting it all come to me bit by bit. So, yes, retype your question into the chat. And I apologize for those of you who were so good about putting your question in as soon as you possibly could. But I just don't have the capability to go back and see your old questions. So just type them in the best you can right now. And I'm going to tune into the energy and see what the theme is for tonight. It's always about feelings, isn't it? Feelings of some kind. So what I'm sensing is that the theme for tonight is about being tuned in to your divine guidance and being tuned in to yourself because you are God. And that is so literally true. The power that animates your body and mind is God. And so when you tune in to what you really want, you're tuning into God. When you're tuning into your body, it's the first layer of tuning into God. And what I'm feeling is this very clear channel going through my energy centers from the crown chakra to the root chakra. I'm feeling a very clear channel. And when that channel is clear, energy flows through your body. You're connected to the cosmos through your crown chakra, and you're connected to the earth through your root chakra, the wisdom of the earth through your root chakra. And so that is the theme for tonight. All of your questions will somehow tune in to that aspect of our human experience. So, Surah says, I have this irrational fear of flying on planes and was wondering this is tied to a past life. Let's see. Seeing something in the past in your root chakra. So, I assume that you've thought about this before, Sarah, but have you ever had an experience of like something going wrong and traveling like in your childhood, like maybe something in this life, something in childhood or something with like a memory from childhood, like something happening on a plane with someone that you know of, something like that? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling something in the root chakra and it feels like a childhood thing, not so much a past life thing. But sometimes these childhood things, they can be so stuffed down that either we don't remember it or we do remember it, but we see it as so insignificant that we don't believe that it could possibly have the power to still mess up our nervous system now. But when we're children, we're in full on programming mode. We're designed to believe what we see so that we can be programmed by our culture, by our families, so we'll be alike. So we'll all be alike in our little family units and our little tribes. So let's see. I had something a few years ago, a precautionary landing. Did you have fear before that? Before you had the precautionary landing? Or is this something okay, so you did have fear before that. I'm I'm seeing it as something connected to something in this lifetime, and maybe maybe it was with flying, maybe it was with another type of travel, maybe it was travel with somebody that you knew. It also could have been just some sort of injury to your body that really scared you when you were little. But that's what I'm feeling, that it's some sort of trauma in this lifetime, may or may not be related to planes, but it's that trauma is being re-triggered, and your nervous system is going into probably flight. It's probably going into flight mode. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So Sarah, being in a car accident, that totally yeah, that totally could have done it. Like, something like that is all it would take for you to be so easily triggered by your nervous system for the rest of your life. And so what you probably need is some kind of something to get that energy out of your body, something to send the message to your nervous system on a very deep level that you're safe. And so there are so many coaches that do somatic work, like where you're like shaking the energy out of your body, and where there are different things that you can do to induce tremoring in your body, like where you stress your muscles in a way that you induce tremoring. And because it's like, well, once again, interestingly related to the topic, I'm seeing, the nervous system, it's like it's in this the limbic brain. The seat of the nervous system is in the limbic brain. It's like the most core part of our brains that is that's first formed in the womb. And then, it runs down the spine. And so I'm seeing like this static in your nervous system, and it needs to be centered, it needs to be cleared out. And so with these tremoring exercises, you are it's like you're shaking your body in a way where it literally shakes out the energy. And there's like the physical and the energetic are so intertwined. And so that's why we can do yoga and have spiritual experiences. So I feel like it's related to the car wreck, and that you are just like, the second that your body is in a place where it perceives that it could possibly be in danger, that you're going into, like, it's triggering that. Another thing that can help a whole lot with that is just meditation. Just when you meditate, especially with the Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations, they literally heal your nervous system because they're designed to liberate stuck energy from your lower energy centers. And that energy, it goes to the heart sends energy to the brain, and that extra energy, it literally heals your nervous system. Like, I was having, for years after my husband passed away, I was having panic attacks every time I would get ready to go. Like, I would just the busyness of getting out the door with my kids would make me have panic attacks. And in just like 3 or 4 months of doing the Dr. Joe meditations on a regular basis, I it just went away. It went away spontaneously. And there are so many things about my nervous system being dysregulated that it used to be so easily triggered, and now it's just not. And it's changed me. It's really changed my experience in life, just having a regulated nervous system. And having less sugar can help with that, having less caffeine can help with that. But yeah, that's what I'm sensing, Surah, that it is related to the trauma of the car accident. And that nervous system, like, it's like a crying child that's the boss of everything. The second it gets dysregulated, it just takes over until we develop awareness, and until we figure out how to heal it. So, okay. Okay, so Rain is asking about You found a place. Congratulations on finding a place, signing a lease. You have the possibility uh, to move in with someone. You're wondering if this person's going to be compatible for you, and then you're just wondering what your outlook looks like for the rest of 2025. So let's see. Let's see what spirit has to say to you. Yeah, I'm feeling a good feeling about this roommate. I'm seeing this person on the edge between your sacral chakra energy and your power energy. And so it's a good place. It's a good place to have a roommate because and I'm seeing it as a like just a positive thing. So seeing seeing this person in your sacral chakra would suggest fun and just a feeling of connection, like you can just feel each other. And and friendship, friendship is happens in the like the energy of friendship shows up in the sacral chakra. And then the power chakra is a feeling of being empowered. I feel like this person is is more empowered in life than you have been in recent history. And and they are approaching life in a way and experiencing life in a way that is is going to look effortless, and you're going to observe the way they do things and just learn. You're going to see that new things are possible that you didn't quite understand that it was possible. And it's one thing to hear of someone or, like have a friend of a friend who's doing big things. But when the person you're living with is doing big things or a really close friend is doing big things, then it really does open up your mind to more. And so that's what I'm seeing for you in this connection. And then what about the rest of 2025? We've got about 5 months left of the year. We've got end of summer, fall coming, holidays. How are things looking for rain? I'm feeling an energy of you moving forward. And I know a little bit about your story, and I feel like this separation from moving to a new place and being separated from your former life is going to make your mind so much more clear, like so much more clear. I'm feeling it very, very strongly. And in your our angels and guides are always leading us to the next thing, always trying to keep us safe, always trying to help us. Seeing this clarity in your energy field where you're going to be able to tune in to that guidance. It's like you're going to have quiet in your mind for for the first time in a long time, and just that quiet is going to make it easier for you to hear them. And what I'm hearing also is that if you can if you can start a very simple meditation practice, it could be as simple as 5 minutes of feeling your heart in your chest every morning. It could be just that simple. It can even be stopping and taking a breath, like closing your eyes and taking a breath, just taking 3 long, deep breaths, as long as possible and as deep as possible, as slow as possible. It could be as simple as that. But if you do it on a regular basis, then it's a consistent message to your body, brain, and nervous system that you're safe. And it clears your energy field, it clears your mind, and it just makes you so much more connected to divine guidance. So I hope that helps. All right. So, Brandon, you were first before. Now you're third. Not too bad. Okay. What is coming for you in the rest of 2025? Let's see. Brandon, what is coming? For some reason, I'm feeling inspired to look at your profile picture. Is it the beach? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what your spirit has to say about you in 2025. I'm seeing I'm seeing energy in your throat chakra. Feels important, but it also feels like a potential block. So, it's something going on in your in your relationships and also professionally that you have reached this point in life where you're being called into being more courageous in your communication, being more honest and clear in your communication. And I'm seeing this fear, this fear that if you said what you really think, and if you really ask for what you want, that your connection with that person would end, or your connection with that job would end, or that it would be damaged in some way. But, so I'm seeing it as a block because it's going to take some strength to move past it. But if you can move past it, then it's like it's something that will serve you for the rest of your life. So that's what I'm seeing. Like in this time of your life, you're in this place where that's what's coming next. That's what's coming next is the opportunity to speak your truth. And it's it's just very, very important. It's very important that you learn how to speak your truth at this time, that you take these challenges. Like there are some challenges and they all have to do with communication. But if you can meet these challenges and see them as an opportunity to become stronger, then it it's going to be something that serves you so well. Because what I'm seeing on the other side of that is just a better position in professionally and better relationships, but you have to see these challenges as opportunities. And that's really true in all parts of life for all people, but this is just especially true. I feel like it's a really important message for you at this time, Brandon. So that's what your spirit wants you to hear. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so I am yoga and wellness. We talk all the time, but I don't know what your name is. So my question was about finances and which direction should I go in my career? Let's see. Hmm. What the first thing I'm seeing is a strong connection in your intuition in the past. This is something that you've had. You've had some really significant experiences with connecting with your intuition, and your intuition has led you to things in the past that brought you more money and brought you into a better direction in your career. And what I'm sensing is that it's it's that same ability that's going to lead you to where you're going next, but there's something else. So it's like I'm almost getting the sense that like you're forgetting this about yourself because you're feeling a little worried. You're forgetting this about yourself, like how strong your intuition is and how much you can trust yourself and how well the this guidance has served you in the past. And then what's this? What is this? Seeing something between the root chakra and the sacral chakra, um, that to me says something about like a good friend. Do you possibly have some kind of Lori? Okay, yes, I remember hearing that name before. Lori, hi. Um, so, uh, so Lori, do you possibly have an opportunity to work with someone who's a friend, like a close friend, an old friend? That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something like that, like something that's lined up for you that is an opportunity with a close friend. It's either like family who feels like a friend or friend who feels like family. And I'm feeling very strong alignment for your for your career and your finances right there. It's like it's not only showing me this this friend family connection, but it's also showing me like a strong force into your like going into your root chakra energy, which is material support and feeling of safety in the world. And then there's an equally strong energy going into your sacral chakra, like that coming from this, there will be a connection to people and in this like fun friendship kind of vibe. So I hope you can hear me. I'm not seeing a response if you're giving me a response. Make sure to you guys make sure to let me know if the stream goes out. Um so yeah, so that's what I'm feeling for you, Lori. I don't know if you can hear me right now. Okay. Well, you're saying yes. Okay. Um so yeah, Lori, that's what I'm hearing, that there's something most definitely lined up for you and that it's a lot of positive possibilities through this connection. So yeah, think about it. Think about it and let me know what you think that it might possibly be. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and it feels strong and it feels like very strong alignment. I'm getting like lots of tingles, lots of energy running through my body. Like it feels like a sure thing and it feels like something that's going to, have a ripple effect out into your life. So I'm seeing 13 people here, but I'm only seeing one thumbs up. So could you guys please be really sweet and give me a thumbs up? So more people will be shown that this live is going on. Okay, let's see. So I hope that answered your question, Lori. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Okay. Okay. So gold gold Monday. I'm not sure what the name is, but question, what is my next step? I love these vague questions. You guys really challenge my ability to connect with your energy. I kind of wish I was the kind of person that could just like make up stuff off the top of my head, but I just straight up get the messages from spirit, from your highest self. What is my next step? Feeling something weird. Feeling like, what is that? It's like it's a feeling in my throat that makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. What is that? I feel like I feel like you gotta get rid of something. Like you have something toxic in your life right now that is really, really not serving you. And I don't know if this is a relationship or an addiction or a relationship that feels like an addiction, but I what I'm feeling so strongly is that you know it's not good for you, but you keep going back to it. And and until you make that your next step to let go of whatever this is, then you're going to feel stuck. It's going to create a block. It's going to hijack your brain and make you so foggy and just mess with your emotions so much that you can't just get centered. You can't just get centered, go within, tune into yourself, and truly know what the next step is for you. So I don't know what this thing is, but it is like I'm feeling it in my throat and it just instantly makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. So the fact that it's in the throat and it feels so stuck makes me think that like whatever this addiction is, you can't speak your truth. Like in this when you are wrapped up with this relationship, this addictive relationship or addiction, that you're just you can't be yourself. You can't live as yourself. You can't speak your truth. And it's like it is making me feel so nauseous. It's so strong. It is so strong. So I hope you know what I'm talking about. And I really, really hope that helps. I feel like it feels so strong, and I'm hoping that it's so obvious to you that you just know exactly what I'm talking about, and that I don't have to go any further because it feels, oh my gosh, it feels so strong. Like it almost feels like I want to hurry up and go on to the next question so I stop feeling so nauseous. It's like so strong. Okay. Okay. So I really, really hope that helps, sweetie. Okay, what is coming my way? Victoria wants to know what is coming my way during the fall of 2025. Oh, isn't that just the theme tonight? Like everybody's wanting to know. Yeah, because you know that we know that the end of the summer's coming, school starting, change of the seasons. What is coming my way, Victoria? So just as a reminder, what comes up is what you need to know. It's the most prominent thing that's asking for your attention in your energy field, and that's what I see. That's always the first thing I see. It's like your angels and guides are presenting it to me, and it's like the biggest, most active thing in your vibration. Seeing something in the past. What is this? Power chakra near the heart. Sensing a healing, like a healing that's asking for your attention. It feels like something that was once very old and stuck, but it's coming forward. Like it feels like what I'm seeing, the visual that I'm seeing is this energy being like built into a brick wall or a stone wall, and then this section of stones is like sliding out, like coming out, like it's ready to it's coming forward, it's making itself seen, and and it is ready for your loving healing attention. So this is something in the power chakra near the heart. It's like a trauma to your sense of power, and inflicted by someone who you cared about, and like how long ago. It it feels like it's like in the last like 5 to 10 years, like not quite childhood, but of course every trauma is always it's always related to some trauma that started in childhood. But this is something like in the last 5 to 10 years. Long enough ago that you feel like it's not affecting you anymore, but it is. And I feel like there's this you're you're getting this space that's coming to you in your life right now, like a time of rest in a way that's coming to you where you have an opportunity to focus on your own healing. So what kind of healing? What kind of healing is it that Victoria needs? It's this self-care, like to be loving and respectful to your body and to the way that you take care of yourself. And so it could be, it could be like long baths, it could be stretching at night before you go to bed. I'm sensing this like just really like this luxurious feeling of taking time and space for yourself and going slow with yourself, being loving to yourself and sending the signal to your brain that and to your soul, really, like sending the signal to your soul that you care about you and that you are important to you and caring for you is a high priority. And I feel like in the recent past there was just a little too much chaos for you to feel like you have the time to do that. But this is I'm seeing this opening of time and space in the coming months where this is what you need to do with your extra time. Not more stuff, not more goals, just self-care. And you feeding that energy into yourself will give you more energy to share with the world. But you need to take care of yourself first. And Victoria, are you a water sign or do you have a moon sign that's a water sign? I'm sensing a very strong water energy. And what I know about people who have a strong water energy is that they have to give to themselves. They have to, absolutely have to. And they want to give so much to others, but it's like when you give to yourself, you're going to have 10 times as much to give to others. But if you skip that step, then you will always feel depleted. Always. So I hope that helps, Victoria. Okay. Val is wondering, can you tell me if I'm in a karmic loop? I so feel like I am. Karmic loop. I can I can definitely take a good guess at what you mean by karmic loop, but that's not a phrase that I use. When I think the word karmic, I think, well, I don't know, karma is all kinds of things. I definitely don't think of karma um as like punishment or rewards that is on its way to you. I don't see karma as that at all. I see karma as being off balance and it's the path of becoming balanced again. That's what I see karma as. Like it's whatever needs to happen for you to come back into balance. That's karma. But what do you mean by karmic loop? I'm just feeling into the energy. And I know a little bit about your history, Val. What I'm hearing first, so strong, is that you are in negative loops of thought that you've been in for so many years, decades of thinking the same thoughts, observing the same things in your environment, believing the same things about what you're seeing, and that's the part that's stuck. That's the and it just you've been doing it for so long that it just feels like life. It feels like the absolute truth, but it absolutely is not. So it's speaking negative things, noticing negative things, thinking negative things, and it's the same thoughts over and over and over. So I'm and I feel like it's related to your family, the people you live with, the people that you see every day, the people you're closest with. And and I'm thinking you've been in the same marriage for a long time. Your kids are older, and it's just the same things over and over again. So what I'm feeling, Val, is that during this time while you're recovering from your injury that you've told me about, that you need this is your opportunity to become aware of your thoughts. It's your opportunity to just silence your mind and just see and notice. And I think that journaling, like I'm feeling a very, very strong call for you to journal so that you can see what you are thinking. And what I would recommend, because there is some very strong stuck energy and it feels like loops of thought that have been going around for so long that they're like made of steel. Like they're just like almost impenetrable. So it's like you just don't see them. It's like it feels like reality, but it is not. It's basically like lies that you've told yourself over and over again. And the steel to me is saying that it was that it's a protection. It's something that you felt like, you felt like you needed to do just to like try to change someone or try to protect yourself from being hurt by them. And so it's like it is such a strong calling to be aware of your thoughts and to become aware of your vibration, the vibration that you're sending out. And so what I would recommend with the journaling, what's coming through for me to tell you is to journal on paper that you don't care about and do it with absolute plan to rip it up or burn it. And so just let yourself go. Let yourself say on paper. I mean, for some people, I hear this directive to like to say it out loud. But what I'm hearing specifically for you, that it's the writing that's going to it's going to be the most clear for you, and it's going to rewire your thoughts in the way that you need your thoughts to be rewired. So yeah, and also yeah, okay, so basically you just write. You just write, and say whatever you want, and then you rip it up. And there is a very, very wonderful YouTube channel, and she has a journaling practice that she recommends every day. And she has a whole free video series on it. And I don't remember what the video series is called, but she recommends it in every single one of her videos, and the channel is called Crappy Childhood Fairy. It is the most amazing channel. Like it made such a difference for me in my healing journey. When I started with it was the thing that made me realize that my like all these things that felt stuck to me were tied to childhood trauma. And so, yeah, so it's called Crappy Childhood Fairy. I don't remember what her name is, but she's just a wonderful woman, and she has on her website, she has a free program that tells you like step by step how to do this journaling practice. And it's like the bulk of it is what I just explained, just writing with the plan of ripping it up. But there's also like a positive beginning and a positive ending that she has for you, but I haven't done it in like 2 years, so I don't remember what it was. But I did go through the program, and it was excellent. So that's what I would recommend for you, Val. You've got some time on your hands, and just journal and figure out what it is that's going on in your mind, and work on, find a practice like this that and practice a practice like this so that you can rewire your thoughts. Opportunity to and you need some space in your life to rewire your thoughts, and that's what the gift is in this time that you're experiencing right now. Okay. So Miss Junebug, she says, my daughter likes a young man who's been a good friend for the past 10 months. Is there something special there? And does he feel something special for her? Let's see, Miss Junebug. So I'm feeling into your energy field and then feeling into your daughter's energy field. First thing I'm feeling is that very strongly is that this is something you want for her. Not a bad thing. It's just like it's a very strong feeling I'm getting. This is really, really something that you want for her. Like maybe something that maybe she has believed that it's out of reach for her for some reason, or you've been afraid that, a good man and a good relationship may be out of reach for her. And what I'm also sensing is that it has been a worry to the extent that an energy has been created that has ended up blocking it a little bit. And I feel like it's a worry with you and with her that that she's been, and maybe it's things that's happened in the past, or maybe she's just hasn't had any connections with guys. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's like created a little bit of a worry, some repetitive thoughts that has it's like it's built up this energy of resistance. And that's the thing, it sucks so bad because like when we feel worried about something and we keep thinking about it, it's like such an automatic thing that we create an energy that makes us a matching vibration to things not working out. So I'm sensing that there's some of that there, but not like incredibly bad, but it's there. And it's coming through because it's like they want you to be aware of it, and they want you to consciously choose positive thoughts about her future rather than letting those worried thoughts go on repeat, like her future in relationships. So that's the first thing that's coming through. Yeah, and then you're asking about how he's feeling, and so it's like extra degrees away, looking into other people's energy fields. Let's see. It's a challenge. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. So this I'm feeling like super positive energy. And I don't know if I'm sensing it. Just give me a second. I'm gonna figure out what this is. I'm not sure if it's in his energy field or in hers, but it's a very strong, very positive energy in the power chakra close to the heart. Really good place to see an early relationship. It's like it's one of the most ideal places to see an early relationship. You don't want to see it in the heart yet, and you don't want to see it in the sacral chakra. Like that, they show up there in the beginning, but this is in the power chakra is the best place. I'm also hearing that a slow start that's based in friendship is very empowering for the connection. And the message that's coming through, this is very much in line with other things that have come through during these lives, is that it's very important with her as like being the feminine energy in this connection. It's very important for her that she doesn't get the message tonight that this is a sure thing, and then she starts acting as if it's a sure thing. So that kind of thing, like when a woman believes very early on, like, oh, this man is meant for me. I just know, like I know this is destiny. Like that can mess things up so bad. Like the relationship may continue, but the dynamic in the relationship will always be just a little off. And so okay, so this is the advice. This is spirit's advice for her, that she has to remember that when she's feeling excited about this guy and she feels like really hopeful and she feels like those floods of emotion that are just like it's so intoxicating. It is so intoxicating. Like the drugs of dating. Oh my gosh, that your body produces. It's like it's so many drugs. It makes you feel so good. And especially if you haven't connected with anybody in a long time, it makes you feel so good. And so the message is these feelings that she's feeling, they are her feelings and it is her body that is producing these feelings. And her beliefs about the situation may make those feelings stronger, but she's still feeling her feelings. And so the message is just to enjoy that state of being and enjoy that shift in her energy and just be in it. Like just be in it and rest in it and feel it and see herself as this like a glowing just a glowing angel, like a glowing egg, like the woman is the egg, the man is the sperm. And that is, like that's what the energy is like in its most natural form. That the woman is this glowing, beautiful thing that creates this environment and the man goes for her. And so just as much as she possibly can, just stay within herself and use that feeling to feel good when she's by herself. And and also a message is to keep the fantasy under control. Use this as an opportunity to be aware of her thoughts and don't do that thing that so many of us women do, myself included, but try not to do that thing where you, in your mind, have a fantasy that brings you all the way to the end. And you think that fantasy so many times that you start to believe it. That you like, I don't know why we do that as women, but we totally do that. Like, we see this guy and we like him and things start to go well. And like we already know what our kids are going to look like. We already start picking out baby names, and we're just like we want to bond like that. But it ends up throwing off the dynamic. And and so the more that she can just get engaged in her own life, the more in balance this connection will stay. And these beginning stages of the relationship, it's really important to keep things in balance. And so I hope that helps. So just once again, very positive, strong energy that I'm feeling. And it's like it feels really good. It really does, but she has to stay within herself. She has to realize she's feeling herself. She's feeling her own magic. Like these feelings of attraction towards him that's making her feel so different. She is feeling her own magic, and she just needs to rest in that and love it, and just sit there and be the pretty little thing. And don't get lost in fantasy because that'll mess things up. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay. Val, I'm gonna come back to your question. Please remind me, if we have time towards the end about well, actually, I guess that your angels and guides are here, and they're, like, super tuned in to me, and one of them just yelled out, I just heard it, like, that he's scared to death. He's scared to death of what's gonna happen. So, yeah, call that remorse, call it guilt, call it fear of losing his job. That's what he's like, I'm feeling, like, strong, fear from this. She had a very negative altercation with a police officer. And yes, so yeah, I don't I but yeah, if we have more time, I'll try to go more into it, but it was like someone in your energy field wanted me to say that real quick. Okay. So Ashika, has any guidance? Hey, any guidance on me and my boyfriend's relationship? We've been going through a significant hiccup recently. Will we survive this? Let's see. Ashika and her boyfriend. Seeing, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling that central channel that I felt at the beginning of the at the beginning of this live. Ishika, do you meditate? Do you have any kind of meditation practice? Um, I feel like this is such like whatever it is that you're going through right now with your boyfriend, it is such a strong calling for you to go within and decide how you feel. Like it's there's a strong calling to go within, center yourself and and just tune in to what it is that you want. And what I'm hearing is that if you can if you can put your focus on that tuning into yourself, which is also tuning into God, as I said at the beginning of the live, that's where your answers are. And then also at the same time, you going within, it's going to make it to where the situation takes care of itself. Like, it could be that it's going to end and you're okay with it, or that it's not going to end and you're also okay with it. But what I'm hearing is that, like, this calling to go within is for you to know and see and feel and just be so sure that you are going to be okay no matter what. Like, you're totally okay no matter what. And technically we all are. We all are. Like, there are gifts and everything that is unwanted, and like, literally, even if you die, your life is going to go on. Your consciousness goes on, and you will just continue with the same energy and the same consciousness, and just have more opportunities to grow. And so that's what, like, I feel, so I'm feeling this space and silence, um, that, like, maybe you guys are not in contact right now, and, you don't meditate, you want to, but you've been procrastinating. So Ashika, it can start as something very, very small. And the way that I learned is just to close my eyes and focus on your breath, but you just want to find something to focus on that takes your attention, and then instantly your attention will be called away, and then you just bring it back. So you can focus on your breath, you can focus on your heart center, and that, I think it's super powerful to focus on your heart center. You can also focus on your third eye, which is like it's kind of towards the back of your brain. It's about right there. Like, people think of it as like being right there, but it's more like, it's kind of, it's like toward the back of the brain. Look it up. Look it up, see where the pineal gland is. That's the part where you would focus on. You can focus there, focus on your heart, focus on your breath. But I keep feeling, it's like they keep showing me your spine lighting up. And so that's something that I do sometimes when I'm meditating. I just feel my spine, and I feel the energy going up and down my spine. And so a lot of times when people try to start meditating, they think, I can't meditate, because the very first thing that happens is that you become aware of all of your thoughts. You become hyper aware of all of your thoughts. And then you just think, like, I think too much. There's no way I can meditate. I'm just thinking too much. But the thoughts speed up, and you become more aware of them as soon as you sit down and get quiet. And so just know that's part of the process. And just let the thoughts flow away. Just let them flow away like they're floating down the river, and bring your attention back to whatever your point of focus on. You could focus on a candle, and I feel like all of these options that I'm giving you is really just like for the audience, because I think that this is just really good meditation 101 that will help with a lot of people. But Ashika, what I keep feeling is like, focus on your spine. Like, that's where your center of power is. And so just in literally set a timer for 5 minutes. Just doing it for 5 minutes can make a difference. Even if you only do it once, it can make a difference. It's like planting a little seed where, maybe at a future point you will pick it up again. But yeah, I just feel like this space and the silence between you right now, it is an invitation to go within. Use this time to listen to yourself and just ask yourself, what do I want? How do I feel? How does the situation make me feel? How has he been making me feel? How do I want to feel instead? Can I imagine a situation, a different relationship where I feel so much better than what I feel like right now? And when your thoughts start to go in that direction, then it makes you a vibrational match to calling someone in who's gonna treat you well, or inspiring in that other person the better treatment. But the, like, worrying and waiting to see what he's gonna do, that is making you feel very off center. So bringing your energy back to your spine, just being with yourself, loving yourself enough to just sit in silence and be with yourself. That's what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps, Ashika. Okay. So Sir is asking, can you see or sense my intuitive ability? Just curious what you see. First thing I'm going to say, just straight out of my head, because I feel like people need to hear this. We are all psychic. We all come into the world with intuitive ability, and it's just not in our cultures. It is not acknowledged. It's not acknowledged. And even if it's like, if a kid comes in like super psychic and they're seeing ghosts, then the adults in their life make them feel like they're, connected to the devil or something. But we are all so psychic. Like, just think of the way that when you meet somebody, you you can know immediately if you like them or not. They feel familiar, or they just have this energy, or they just have this like twinkle in their eye, like, you like them, or they have a creepy vibe. You can walk into a restaurant and get a weird vibe. That's your psychic ability. So we all have a psychic ability, and we can all develop it. And it comes through in different ways for everybody. And so I see it as angels and guides, and I hear messages, but I also did years and years of meditation before I got to that point. And I hit a crisis in my life where my husband was sick, that just it made me go a lot deeper in my spirituality. And so you can't just expect it to happen overnight. But even somebody who does a ton of work, they may, end up seeing light, like light or sparkles, or they may just, like, experience coincidences, or some people hear it as sound, so there are all these different ways that you can sense energy. So I wanna say that, and it felt strongly like that just wanted to come through for the collective. And but with you specifically, Sura, what what feedback do your angels and guides have for you about your intuitive ability? What I'm seeing is that you have like, you are it's I feel like it's the way that I've always been about psychic phenomena. Like, I've always been fascinated by psychic phenomena. Even as a little girl, like, I had this feeling that, like, I could be magic, that I could, like, develop powers and I could be magic. And anytime there was a famous psychic on TV or whatever, I would always want to tune into it. I'd read books about it and stuff. I was always playing with the Ouija board when I was a teenager. And so I'm feeling that kind of energy, that you associate it with being powerful, and any kind of psychic experience that you've had, it makes you feel powerful. So that is, like, partly why it feels important for you to know that. So that's the first thing I'm seeing. And then the other thing I'm seeing is that this is definitely something that can be developed in you. I'm hearing that you need to, if you want to continue to develop this, and you really want to focus on developing it, that drinking more water and eating raw fruits and raw vegetables. So there's like something specifically in the water that is in fruits and vegetables, the raw versions, that it regulate it, like, not only gives you water, but it regulates your water in your body. So so more fruits, and they're also just very high vibration substances, so it raises your vibration. The higher your vibration is, the more you will tune into it. And this is funny that this is coming through, but I'm just going to trust it. Um, if you are a person who has access or interest in any kind of plant medicine, what I'm hearing is to do the thing that almost nobody does. If you experiment with any kind of plant medicine, do it at a low dose and meditate. Like meditate when you are under the influence of this plant medicine. And I have found that like even just alcohol, like even wine, it will shift my meditations in an interesting way. Like I wouldn't ever do it on a regular basis, but the few times that I've had alcohol in recent years, I just end up meditating at night and I just see how it's different and it really does open up certain channels and that aren't usually open in me. And that's what I'm hearing for you. Drink more water, eat more raw fruits and vegetables. And if and when you have the opportunity to like experiment with any kind of substance, to do it at a low dose and to instead of partying and hanging out and playing and having fun, to use that time to meditate. And that can like your intuitive senses will be heightened, and it helps you to develop the connection. It helps you to develop the brain, like it helps those neurons to fire and helps you to develop those neural pathways that will make your intuition stronger in the future. So I hope that helps as a little edgy piece of advice from your spirit guides. You can tell I'm a non-judgmental person. I'm very pure, but I'm not judgmental. I just like to live and let live. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So Upasana, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I probably am. Just wanted to repeat my question. Can you guide me as to what specific negative energies are around me right now? And what do I need to do now and within the next 2 to 3 weeks about it? Huh. I think maybe you're thinking about something specific. Okay. Just wanted to repeat. Okay. What specific negative energies are around you? And what do you need to do about it? Let's see. Hmm. Feeling something in the stomach. So I feel like there's some layers to this. I feel like maybe something else is coming right behind this, but it's so this feeling in the stomach. What I'm sensing is a like some kind of habit of eating like a comfort food, and it's giving you these cheap dopamine hits, and it's just kind of messing you up. Like it's messing you up. So the like sugar, it feels like sugar, and it feels like maybe just like high calorie. It feels like pastries almost. Like something like just like very rich, and like it's a habitual consumption, and it's so the sugar raises your insulin levels, and insulin competes with all the other hormones. And and so it makes it to where like hormones, they have to be in this very delicate perfect balance for them to be just really really flowing in a healthy way. And what I'm sensing is that it's like the higher insulin levels are throwing off your hormones, and it's making you more likely to be in a bad mood. And if you're more likely to be in a bad mood, then you're more likely to have negative thoughts and negative behavior that attracts negative energy. And so it's like your behavior is inspiring negative behavior out of others. But what I'm feeling so strongly is that it's like it's a cycle. It's a cycle of like being reliant on this food to feel better, and then and then like it makes you in a bad mood. It ends up making you in a bad mood, and then it ends up creating more energy. What I'm also feeling about this is that like it feels like you're eating it at night, and in our digestion slows down a lot at night, and it's making you lose your connection to your gut instinct. That's what's coming through specifically. Like you're losing your connection to your gut instinct. So when something is really, really wrong for you, you feel it in your solar plexus, like you feel it, it's like right here, like you feel it right there, but because your digestion is slowing down at night and you're eating these things that are going through your digestive system at a very slow rate just because the nature of the food, then you're like feelings and intuition, it's a sensation, like it's a physical sensation. And in that part of your body, it's like your physical sensation is dulled because of this food in your digestive system. And that really helps to explain why it is that fasting, like not eating for 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks or however long people do it, that it's the spiritual practice, because it makes you so tuned in to yourself. It makes you so tuned into all of those little subtle signals that your body is giving you all the time. And technically those, that energy is radiating from your heart, and your heart is the seat of your soul. And the in within that soul is the wisdom of God. So so it's like you're not able to feel these signals. And also what I'm feeling is that if you could tune into your gut, and if you would really try to tune into your gut, that you would know beyond the shadow of a doubt that there's something in your life that you need to like get rid of. Like something, and it feels like a relationship. It feels like a relationship. I don't know if it's a friendship or romantic. Um it but it feels very toxic. And in what I'm hearing is that if you will just try to tune in to this part, like slow down on whatever it is that you're eating, or eat it earlier in the day at least, and then tune in to the signals that you're getting from that part of your body. And that's where, like, that is where it's coming from. And you'll know beyond the shadow of a doubt that this situation is bad for you, and you have to separate yourself from it. So that's like that's very specific, very, very specific. So I feel like your angels and guides are really wanting you to know that. Okay. You guys are talking to each other. That's sweet. Okay. Okay. Kirsten says, I'm wondering if there's a message from my father in law that passed away in December 2020. Kirsten Starr, I'm wondering if there's a message. So if you are asking about your father in law, then must be someone that you felt close to. Let's see. Let's see. It's funny. It kind of like it feels like first I'm feeling this like tingly energy. It kind of feels like a cloud of tingly energy, like a signal that there is, that there is some kind of presence. And then it feels like he's coming to me over here and he's trying to make it through like everybody else's energy. Like there's so much going on. So it's like taking him a second. So I'm seeing him in your past, in the power chakra, someone who like gave you a lot of power, gave your family a lot of power, someone who just really, really relied on. And what I'm first thing I'm hearing from him is that he is he's so much more powerful in the position that he is right now than he was when he's alive. He is able to help and influence so much more from where he is right now than when he was alive. What I'm feeling is some like in his life, especially towards the end, that um there were things that blocked his clarity, like worries, stress, health issues, probably. If he's passed, he probably has some kind of health issues, but just things that just made it really hard for him to stay hopeful and see all of the possibilities. But from where he is right now, he sees all the possibilities. He sees like exactly what the path is to everything. And what he wants you to hear is that everything it is that you want, that you really, really want, these things that have not left your heart and you just have wanted it for so long and it has felt out of reach. He wants you to believe that it's totally within reach. And it's just a matter of aligning. Like you just have to align your energy with that, with the path. Align your energy with your path and it's there. And part of aligning your energy is believing that it's there instead of seeing the obstacles as, as the truth. Like it's so easy when we're living without something and when we are presented with obstacles, it's just so easy to believe what it is that we're seeing. But we have to somehow continue to focus on and believe in the very real possibility of us getting what we want. And then that makes you a vibrational match to what you want. That's part of the alignment. It's like you're sending out the signal of you're sending out the song, you're tuned into the radio station of what you want, and then that signal makes it to you. That experience, that energetic experience makes it to you. And I know that seems like just kind of a generic message, but I'm just feeling it so strong, like that's what he wants you to know. So it's like something what I'm sensing specifically, Kirsten, it's like something with money that feels impossible. And I'm thinking that maybe like he was a provider, like he was someone that you guys really relied on and that it's something like with your children or children to be that you feel worried about, but like he's just saying like I've got you, you've got to know I've got you, that it is like it's just so much a matter of believing that it is possible. And I'm feeling that very, very strong. So I hope that helps, Kirsten. I hope that's what you're looking for. I hope that all matches up with what you know to be true. All right. Rain, if you could please ask your question again towards the end, if when we have extra time, because there are some other questions coming in, and I want to make sure that I'm able to get to everybody else's question. I want for everyone uh to have a chance because there's a bunch of stuff coming in that I haven't seen yet. Okay, so Google Whiz, welcome back. What's the best way to get in touch with spiritual people or a spiritual community? I've never been particularly social, but where I am in southern Utah doesn't seem to be those groups around here. Is that who is that? Is that Eva? Okay. Okay. I was afraid. I was afraid that was granddaddy. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So that was sorry about that. Okay. What's the best way to get in touch with spiritual people here in southern Utah? The first thing that's coming through Google is that like there is a community. Like there is a community close to where you are. Like and usually I would just say online because there are so many spiritual communities online. I'm I've got a little spiritual community that I'm building. We have free meditations a few times a week, and I'm about to launch a free Telegram group. And but that's online. And but yeah, I'm just but have you looked for like meditation groups nearby? Have you looked around for that kind of thing? Like, I don't know, I'm seeing like hikers that go out and meditate, like something like that. Like it feels very much like there is something close to you. There are people who you can line up with that are very close to you. And so what I would say, Google Whiz, is to do some Googling. I'm assuming you know how to Google if your name's Google Whiz. Do some do some deep Googling and input into Google every word you can think of to search for local spiritual groups. And when the options come up, to feel into your body and look for that feeling of yes from your heart. That feeling of yes from your heart, it's an upward feeling. You can test it to tune into it. Like, ask, like, say out loud what your name is, or say out loud that your name is something that's not your name, and just sense the feelings that are in your chest. You can hold something in front of you that you want and that is good for you, and just see how your body responds. But try to tune into those yeses and nos that are coming from your heart, and just sense it out. Sense it out, like what group it is that's good for you. And I'm just tuning in, because like you seem sure that there isn't anyone close, but it just seems like there just really is. There's something like in particular that would be really helpful for you. And what else? What I'm also feeling is a strong confirmation that you need community. And what I'm sensing is that it's in-person community that's that's gonna help you. That you've gotten to the, like, you're done with being the lone wolf, and you've gotten to the point in your spiritual development where you can just, like, not only will you be helped by having a spiritual community, but that you have a lot to offer to a spiritual community. And so I'm feeling that so strongly, that, like, you're on the right track looking for it, because that's that's what you're being called towards right now. So I hope that helps, Google Whiz. So Benita is asking, may I know when Sean will express his feelings about me? When will Sean express his feelings about you? Thank you, Benita. Benita says, I look radiant and beautiful. I love to hear that. Thank you. Okay. Benita, I feel like I've answered boy questions for you before. I know you've been here before, and that's my, it all kind of blurs together, but I feel like I've answered boy questions for you before. And I feel like what I'm the message that's going to come through is going to have similar vibe to the wisdom that's come through before. First message that's coming through is, you have to remember that you are complete. You are complete and whole. You're complete and whole, no matter how anybody else feels, no matter what anybody else thinks. If your feeling of being complete and whole and satisfied in your life is if it hinges upon what's going on with somebody else and what somebody is saying or doing, then then that that person or that person's feelings end up just becoming too important, unrealistically important. And it ends up putting a weight on them and a weight on the relationship that is not healthy. It's not healthy and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to a healthy person. It might feel really good to a narcissist, but it doesn't feel good to a healthy person. And so that's the first message that's coming through, that you have to remember you are whole and complete no matter what anybody else is doing. What else? What I'm also feeling is that this is funny, that there are, like, what I'm hearing is, like, three guys who are really good guys who would be great boyfriends to you, and they all like you right now. 3 guys who are not Sean, but you feel focused on Sean because it's just this super classic thing where, like, when we've had the experience heavily in childhood of having an emotionally unavailable parent, then we we associate that experience with love. We associate that experience with home. And in this situation with Sean is triggering those same feelings. So it feels like you guys might be meant to be because he's making you feel the same way that you felt when you were a child. And so those feelings, like there's something really powerful there. It is your inner child just believing that this is her chance. Like, this is her chance to get that love from the parent that she always wanted. And that, it's like she and then your brain will start making up all these stories about exactly what it's going to take to make him know that he wants to be with you. But I've said it so many times before, and it's coming through again right now, that testosterone makes a man chase you. When a man knows he wants you, he lets you know. When he really, really knows he wants you, he lets you know. If he wants you and he's not letting you know, then there's something in the way, and that's not your problem to solve. The thing that's in the way could be him liking somebody else. It could be that he's intimidated by you. It could be that he is broke and he knows that he doesn't have the money to take you out on a date, like, just whatever, or it could be there's no telling. There's no telling. He could have, like, huge emotional blocks. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just take that as a sign that you're like, "Okay, he's a man. If he liked me and if he was an empowered man who's ready to have a relationship, have a real connection, he'd let me know that he likes me. Because you know what it's like? You know what it's like when a guy likes you and you don't like him back, and like, he's such a silly fool. Like, he can't stop showing you how much he likes you. He can't stop acting like he likes you. It's because of his testosterone. And so that's the way nature works. And you have to let those laws of nature work for you as a woman. So you are whole and complete as you are. These guys that totally like you, like, I feel like you are cute. You are totally a desirable girl. And there are guys who are sure that they like you, but you're not even noticing them. And it doesn't even feel right to you. It doesn't even feel, because it doesn't feel like home. So you have to create your own sense of healthy home within yourself, of loving yourself, accepting yourself, adoring yourself, being excited about yourself, and being excited about the life that you're creating. And when you work on that for a while, then you will magically find yourself very connected to somebody who treats you like that and makes you feel like that. So if the and also final thing that's coming through, Benita, is when you can get your energy right and you start to radiate that confidence, then that's when Sean will notice you. But I'm also hearing that when you get to that point, you're not going to be interested in him anymore. That you will have moved on by then. So I hope that helps. I really do. Okay. Val said her daughter's here. Hello, Val's daughter. Okay. Nico Kiss, can you tell me the quadratic formula? No, no. That's something you can look up online. That's not a that's not a question to ask a psychic. That's a question to ask Google. I don't know. I'm not sure. My heart just says no to that question. Could you tell me the quadratic formula? I don't know if that's a joke or what. I mean, I have a college degree. I know that I wasn't a math person, but I did make an A in college algebra. I made a 100 in college algebra. FYI, but that was a long time ago. That was 27 years ago. So no, I don't know. But I bet if I looked it up, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, the quadratic formula. Okay. I remember, but I don't remember off the top of my head." Okay. So Kirsten Starr is Val's mom. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So Google Whiz is asking how to integrate more fruits and produce into your diet. Buy them? Buy them and eat them? Um, Salads? Um, okay, Google, yeah, Google Whiz. I do have a really easy, like, my guides just reminded me. I was like, "I don't know if I feel like talking about cooking right now." The best way that I know of to get, raw vegetables is hummus. So learn how to make hummus or buy hummus at the store, and you will eat so many raw vegetables with that hummus. It's, like, the best way. And then the other way that I get, raw vegetables into my diet is with a green smoothie, but you either have to chop up the vegetables and freeze it first if you have a regular blender, or if you have a high-powered blender, you can just put the raw vegetables right in there, but you can put, like, celery, spinach with green apple and lemon and make a green smoothie, and that I have one every day. That's why I look this good, and I'm 52. That's why I have pretty skin. It's my green smoothies. It's the raw fruits and vegetables, it really is. Keeps you hydrated. So yeah, that's the main way that I get the raw vegetables throughout the day is hummus with raw vegetables and green smoothies. Okay. Yeah, Upasana, I usually direct people to listen to their hearts. Like that's like one of my main teachings. And I could write a book on how to ask your heart. But what was coming through for you specifically is the gut thing, that there's some kind of like, yeah, it's like something specifically in that part of your body that is sending you signals. So with relationship with parts of yourself, or is it specifically people? It feels like it's people, and like the toxic relationship, it feels like it's people, and it's like, I don't know, like either a friend, it feels like it's, like, kind of, like, right in between a friend and a boyfriend. It's either, like, a boyfriend where there's, like, some sort of separation, where there isn't that strong love connection, or it's a friend who's, like, a little too up in your business, or you're a little too up in their business. Like, there's, like, some energy there that's, like, entangled. And so it's like, it just has this feeling. What whatever it is, it's a toxic dynamic. And if you're not aware of it, I don't know, what feels like to me is that it's something that you see as normal, but it's not. It's hurting you, but you don't realize how much it's creating a block in your energy, and like how much you're having to it's like you're having to respond to this person. I don't know. Maybe you just have to think about it. I hope that little bit of information helps. Okay, so So, Ashika, did you have a question? You said you asked about a company that you applied for. You have an interview scheduled with them today, but where I am right now, it's 9:36 p.m. Are you in another country? So the company's name is Phi. Yeah, I remember that. So are you just giving me the news that you have the interview scheduled? Or did you have a question? I'm glad that you got your interview. Okay. I'm looking for questions. You guys are talking to each other. It's sweet. Okay. The questions that I'm looking at right now came in about 20 minutes ago. Okay. So, um, Benita, you had a Oh, no, no, it's not Benita, it's Kirsten. Kirsten, you had a second question about your husband's best friend, and if you could we're at an hour and a half right now, and I have some questions that I haven't answered yet, and so if we have time in a little bit, if the questions slow down, then I will get to that, but my heart's telling me to move on right now. Okay, so sweet, fairish. Is it fairish or fairyish? I've seen it spelled both ways. Um, okay, so sweet fairyish. It's my birthday this Friday. Any happy birthday, Leo. Any messages from my guides about what's coming for me? I am praying my health improves so that I can live a normal life again. Okay. So, sweet fairyish, I feel like we've talked about this a couple times before, and I'm seeing that story again, and I'm seeing that energy again that shows that this illness that you have had, it's like it created a trauma for you, and you're having a hard time getting over the trauma, and that your that things have gotten better, and that your body has healed to such a great extent, but it's like it's the trauma of it and the stress of it and the fear of it that is making your symptoms continue, and it's like it's causing this stress, it's causing loops of thought that are making the symptoms seem like they are continuing, but they're so much more related to stress than they are to an actual imbalance in your body. And so it's just a reminder again that like I feel like what you need to do, sweetie, I think that you need to create some scripts. Like if you like to play around with AI can help you with this. Like some scripts, some affirmations about your health. And every time you catch yourself saying something negative about your health, noticing something negative about your health, to replace it, and get some suggestions from AI, or Google some suggestions, and find a few that feel good, and if it starts to lose its sparkle, then choose another one that feels good. But just get in that habit of noticing when you feel bad, and noticing that you're thinking things about your health that are negative, and to replace it, because I feel like you're caught in these negative loops of thought that are keeping your cortisol levels high, and it's the high cortisol levels that are creating your symptoms. It's not so much the imbalance in your body. But really, like, if you have the power to make yourself sick again. If you just went in the opposite direction and just started thinking like extremely negatively, and reacting negatively to your environment in different ways, that that you have the power to get yourself sick again. And so a lot of people who follow me on my channel are are into Joe Dispenza. And so if you have not gotten into Joe Dispenza, you really need to look into his work, Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has a book called You Are the Placebo, and it's one of his early books, and it just totally explains how it is that we make ourselves sick, and that is why they have to put the placebo effect into every single medical study. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, it's this, researchers just see it as this super annoying thing, like, oh well, it didn't actually work, it was just placebo, they thought it was going to work and so it worked. That's because they healed themselves with their minds, like, think about it. Like, they have to, it is such a thing. So you are the placebo. Like, you are the one with the power to heal yourself even when you're taking a sugar pill, and it's just through your belief. So his book called You Are the Placebo will teach you about the science of that and the mechanics of that. And then he has another book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And that one specifically will give you so many tools to change your thought patterns. But our brains have neuroplasticity. They can be changed. These pathways that we've been running our thoughts through for years or even decades, they are they can be changed. And if you stop using those same old negative pathways, then they will eventually die away. They'll at least get weaker and smaller. And so you have to build new pathways, new thought patterns that affirm your health and your power and your that's just the beauty of your future life. Because I told you the very first time you ever came to one of my readings that you have a beautiful life on the way. Beautiful life with a beautiful partner who's meant for you, and so much health and so much happiness. Like, it's so lined up. It is so lined up. Like, you were programmed for love, you were programmed for happiness from the time you were a child, and it is completely in alignment. And you're believing, like, you're traumatized by this health scare, and you're believing that more than you're believing in this future that you can't see yet. And so if you're not familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, or if you haven't taken the time to read his books, those that You Are the Placebo, you can just believe me when I say you're the placebo, or you can read that book to prove to yourself the science behind it. But I feel like the book that that's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, like, those are specifically the tools that you need to rewire your thoughts. So I hope that helps, sweetie. Okay. Let me see how, before I start taking second questions from people, I want to make sure. Okay, good. All right. So those of you who I asked you to wait until the end, um, you might want to go ahead. We're at a minute. We're at an hour 40. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so Benita, my heart's giving me a yes to getting messages from your grandpa, Somnath, that passed away in 2020. He was your greatest supporter. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I'm getting a strong yes to that, Benita. Let's see what comes through. So I'm seeing him in your future, which is which is a really good sign. Like, that's it. Like, if someone who has passed is in your future, then that says to me that there's a strong soul connection, and that he's a guide for you, and that you had a connection with him in a previous life, and and that he is, like, he's guiding you. And I'm seeing him in your root chakra, and so that's related to family and tribe. But it's also related to material support, and so it's just like abundance and finances. Like, that's what I'm feeling like. like the aspect of finances that brings you just a feeling of safety with all the money you need to always have a roof over your head, to always have your utilities on. And there's this it's like there's a solidness in that aspect of your finances that you're really wanting. You just want to have this a feeling of safety. And that's what he's guiding you towards. It's his wisdom, his power that's guiding you towards that. And what else? I don't, I'm feeling Benita, I'm feeling like I'm feeling like a lack of safety that you are providing for yourself. So it's like, just for example, I don't know if it's exactly this, but this is the energy. It's like believing that you have to rent an apartment in a bad neighborhood because you think because like as far as your mind can see, as far as your limited perspective can see, that that's the only place that you can afford. And so it's like you're making the decision to put yourself into a dangerous situation. And I'm feeling like a like physical danger, like feeling not safe in your body. And but you're doing it to yourself. Like you are like through your limited perspective, you're making decisions like this. Another example of a decision like this, it's this energy. I like once again, I don't know if it's this situation exactly, but it's this kind of energy. It's like hanging out really late, drinking really late with a man who you don't know very well. And just like that's not really like if you don't know this person, then that's not really a safe thing to do. You're making the decision. You're making the decision. You're deciding that you don't have a choice or this is normal, but it's not. And this message is coming from your grandfather. And it's like he's here to protect you, and it's like he's trying to push away these decisions that you're making, but it's like very specifically things that you're doing to yourself that you don't need to do. And so you're finding yourself in these situations where you don't feel safe, but it's because you're not protecting yourself. You're not taking just very basic steps to protect yourself. And so, so it's just things like, okay, if you're seeing the apartments that you can afford, if they're in a bad neighborhood, keep looking. Keep looking. You never know. You never know. You can find a little garage apartment, or go look near a college where they have lower rent for college students. Like that's something I learned in my renting days. There are really cute places that are really cheap. Might be smaller than what you want, but you can afford to live in a safe neighborhood. It is totally possible. And then with, hanging out with strangers, like just don't do it. Just don't do it at all. Just don't do it. Have friends with you. Have friends with you and just make a rule. Make a rule like don't like if you meet somebody on a dating app, don't go on the first date at their apartment, just these like basic things like you have to protect yourself. You have to love yourself enough to protect yourself. So it's back in line with what we were talking about before. It's like you just got to practice that self-love, loving yourself, taking care of yourself. So neutrality, I believe that you're new here. This is my last live spirit reading. That's why I'm letting it go a little late. But just ask your question. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to give me a heads up about that you have a question. You just ask your question. Um yeah, Starry says some people believe health issues stem from emotional issues. I'll I'll tell you. I mean, I think it's always a vibrational match. health issues and emotional issues, there's always a match. You can argue whether one happened before the other, but there's always an emotional energy that matches with the health issue. Always, always, always. And you can approach it, you can approach your healing from a physical level, from a medicinal level, from an energetic level, or you can do all things at once. It's technically most helpful to do all things at once. But I know from going to the Joe Dispenza retreat, it's 2,000 people. People have mental issues, they have physical issues. Some of them are in wheelchairs, some of them have cancer, some of them can't hear, some of them can't see, some of them can't move, some of them have constant pain. No matter what it is, every one of them, they get into that ballroom and they meditate for hours and they all start feeling better. Every one of them. It is insane. It is the most miraculous thing I've ever, like, I just saw people chucking their wheelchairs to the side. And that's the whole thing. Like, that's why people pay so much money to go there, because it is like miracles happening in real life. And so, yeah, you bet. Health issues are tied to emotional issues. Feeling better will always, always improve your health. Feeling better mentally and calming your poor little nervous system down. Meditation is the most powerful way to do that. And if you're interested in the Joe Dispenza meditations, they're not for everybody. They take some time to get used to for a lot of people. But I do have a Joe Dispenza meditation group and it's free. And you can join us. Join us in meditation. Just go to my website at queenwortham.com and look at the meditation calendar and join us in meditation up to 3 times a week in the coming months. Okay. Last time I was able to work easily without a moderator. This time is a little harder. So, Star, you're asking, what is it that troubles Joseph? What is it that troubles Joseph? That's a I could probably get something, but it's a little vague. I thought maybe you were talking to somebody in the chat when you said, "What is it that troubles Joseph?" So Rain, I'm going to go ahead and get to your question. Can you tell me more about your ascension timeline and dimension that you're vibrating on? So, let's see what wants to come through for Rain. Ascension timeline and dimension you're vibrating on. So what I'm hearing come through first is the just the basic piece of wisdom that what we are vibrating out is always changing. And the frequencies that we are vibrating out are so complex. It's like the most complex piece of classical music, with like dozens of instruments and then all of those vibrations intermingling. And in depending on the area of life, we're broadcasting out a different vibration. So you could be broadcasting out a very positive vibration with money, but broadcasting out a very negative vibration with romantic relationships, for example. And so it's a very complex thing and it's always changing. It's always just shifting all the time. And there is kind of like a middle range, there is some there are things that you have a tendency towards, but but it's always changing and you have the power to change it in a moment. Just in a split second, you can change it. Most of us will change it in a split second in response to the environment, but you can also become a master at changing in a split second within yourself. So that's the first thing that wants to come through. The next thing that wants to come through is that according to what you have practiced in the past, your best vehicle for for like raising your vibration and holding yourself at a higher vibration than where you are now on a regular basis is through friendship connections. So through just healthy, happy friendships, relaxing and having fun with your friends. That is very like it I feel like there's something I'm seeing it in your past, like it's something that you did more in the past. And then as you become older and more responsible, that you are less likely to choose that kind of way to spend your time, just because you just are becoming more of an adult. But if you are a spiritual person and you want to get your vibration as high as you can, then like it's not just relaxing and feeling better. What like for you specifically, what I'm feeling is like relaxing with friends, relaxing with people you like, like having fun, hanging out with people that you like the same things. I'm seeing like listening to music, going to places. The more you can like schedule that into your time, then the happier you're going to be. Like it's just going to make you feel better. And so that's what I'm seeing. It's something you did more in the past, but if you want to raise your vibration, that is a really powerful way for you to do it. It's what you've practiced in the past. You already have the neural pathways to jump back into it really easily. And that's what I'm feeling for you. And then one more thing wants to come through. So So same thing that I was saying before, when it comes to timelines, like you have the ability to jump timelines really quickly. And the most powerful way that I know of to do that and what's coming through to tell you right now is breath work. A really powerful breath work session, like it will transport you into another reality. And when you start to get good at breath work and you can um you can like just find those techniques that will stimulate your pineal gland. Then what like there's this thing that can happen when you get good at it where your hearing gets kind of weird for a second or your vision gets kind of blurry for a second. And in what I've heard and what it feels like to me, it's like that is a sign that you are like shifting your frequency to the point that you're going to another timeline. And it's just, slightly different than where you are now. But those are the signs. So breath work is a very, very it's so powerful. Oh my gosh. You got to do the right breath work. But honestly, anything where you're like just getting more oxygen into your body is going to be very grounding and centering and healing to your nervous system. But it's like specifically that like pineal gland activation, like the Wim Hof breath. That's one. So I don't know if you've ever gotten into breath work, Rain, but there are a lot of them out there. Do a little research if you haven't. And there are those just incredibly powerful breathwork workshops where in a period of 2 or 3 hours, like, you can just offload so much trauma. Everybody's screaming and crying, and, like, it's, like, totally life-changing just in 2 or 3 hours. Incredibly powerful stuff. Okay. So, neutrality is asking, "How can I align myself so I could meet my twin flame? And how would you know in my dream and how would I know in my dreams while asleep?" I honestly think it's someone like Jennifer Connolly. I had dreams about that. How can I align myself, meet my twin flame? And how would I know in my dreams while asleep? So you had a strong dream that made you feel like you were dreaming about somebody significant that you're aligned to be with. So I'm running out of water over here. Let's see. Let's see what wants to come through. First thing I want to do is like my brain wants to talk about twin flames and what they are and what they aren't. But I want to see what wants to come through for you specifically right now. First thing I'm seeing is that you do have a strong connection to your intuition, and the more you trust it, the more it will come through. Just that trust and just that belief, it's like we don't want people to think we're crazy. We don't want to feel like we must be crazy. But, so many of us block our intuition just by like, people are going to think I'm crazy or I sound crazy to myself right now by believing this thought that I'm having. But it just really is so true. The more you believe it, the more you open up to it and the more things come through. So I'm just getting the confirmation. Your intuition is strong. The more you believe it, the stronger it will become. So when you get that feeling, there's there's always something in it. You like what I'm feeling specifically about this dream is that what is what's significant for you here is the feeling. It's not so much that you will literally meet somebody who looks like that, and then if you meet someone and they don't look like that, you're gonna think that it's not them. It's not, it's like the feelings that Jennifer Connelly brings up in you, like, that's what the match is. Like, that's what the message is in that dream. And the dreams that you have right before you wake up, like, just those ones that, like, you wake up and it's just so clear in your mind and it felt so real, those are the ones. Like, those are the ones that they're messages from your higher self. So that's the first thing that wants to come through. And then with your twin flame, I don't know what you think twin flames are. I know what I think twin flames are. That's why I'm saying twin flame. So, what is the message about your twin flame? So, what I am, what I'm hearing, finding the right person is very important to you. You are a person who, when you feel like you have found someone, that you're going to be very invested in them and very invested in that relationship. And that is like what I'm hearing is that it's something that's reflected in your zodiac chart. Like, it's like very much you. It's very much the way you are. And so that's good. Trust that in yourself. See that as a natural expression of your true self and your highest self. And and then the message that is coming through, the piece of wisdom for you from your highest self, is that it's it is a potentially dangerous situation to put the weight of a twin flame on a relationship, to put that label twin flame onto a relationship and onto a person. It is in the word dangerous is coming through. It is dangerous for a relationship. And I think that, like, that specifically applies to you and what's in alignment to come to you. That word twin flame, that there's an attachment in there, that there's a this like locking in, it's like a codependency that is not good for the person, it's not good for the relationship, and it's not good for you. And so with that said, I I'm feeling not just one partner, but like one, and then another one, and then many years in the future another one, and that they are all part of the same soul stream. That so it's like our souls travel in streams. They're like clusters of intelligence, and we split off into different bodies, and then we come back together and split off again. And sometimes the soul that was two people in one life will be one person in another life. And then sometimes the soul streams will split off into being trees or dogs or whatever. And so, so our energies do cross over. And then there are those people that will be incarnated into bodies and personalities over and over, and you will meet up with them in lifetime after lifetime. And so regardless of what the past is or what the future is, what I'm seeing is three partners that are that are aligned to come to you, and they are all soulmates. And they will all have their positives and negatives. They are all aligned for your just for your ascension, for your expansion, for the evolution of your soul. And this is what's wanting to come through right now is this is honestly true with every single person you meet. And so every single person you meet, if you can see that, if you can believe that, then you can get to the level of consciousness where you can just see every encounter with every person as a gift. And so that's the message that your highest self wants to bring to you right now is that they're all a gift to you. Every person that you meet, every person you have a situation with or even just a fleeting moment with, they are all a gift to you. And that is so much more empowering to the person and to the relationship if you can see them that way rather than saying like, are you the one? Or are you not the one? Like if you are the one, then that's fantastic. That's what I want. And if you're not the one, then to hell with you. And it's like it's so much more healthy to just say like, look at everything that this relationship is bringing me. Look at everything that this person is teaching me. Look how much joy I'm experiencing. And that part was not that good, but I really learned a lot. And now I know I never have to deal with that again. It's like they all bring gifts. They all do. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps to clear it up, and I hope that it gives you at least some of the confidence that you were looking for, that, there is like I'm seeing it really strong. Like, for example, I was married to the love of my life for 23 years, and I messages came to me that we had been together in many past lives. It totally lines up with how easy our relationship was. And then he passed away 6.5 years ago. And so now I'm ready to meet whoever my next the one is. And I feel strongly that it's gonna be a soulmate. And so you never know. It's like you never know how it's gonna unfold for you. And the more you're open to just seeing all of the relationships as a gift, then the healthier relationships will be. So I hope that helps. Okay. How will my interview go today and hiring process? Do you see me on a positive path to land a job with them? So, Ashika, you came to another reading, and I felt like just very, very strong alignment with it. What I'm hearing is breathe a centering breath as slow as possible, as deep as possible. So, slow, deep breath, slow down your breath, get oxygen to your brain, and do it the whole time you're getting ready for the interview. Do it while you're waiting to walk into the room. Just rely on your breath to keep yourself centered so that you have the most positive experience that you can. Catch yourself if you are envisioning something negative happening. Catch yourself, replace it, and and what and it and what you replace it with. It's like it has to be like, I know I'm in alignment for something amazing, no matter what, no matter how this goes. I know I'm in alignment for something amazing. And because I'm getting that same feeling that I got before, like whether it's this company or something that feels just like this, like you are so in alignment for something totally amazing, like fantastic. Like you will be a gift to the company, they will be a gift to you. You're going to learn so much. Like you are, it's like so strong. I'm feeling that same strong feeling, like chills all over my body. Like just, it's strong. So just that can be your affirmation. Like, it really doesn't even matter how this interview goes. I know I'm in alignment for something amazing. Just be grateful for the interview, breathe, and I feel like that message is going to help you so much more than the clear message, no, you're not going to get this job, or yes, you are going to get this job. Like, can you imagine like how much that would change your energy if you felt sure that it was going to happen or sure that it wasn't going to happen? Like, I feel like this centered place of jumping into the unknown is where your highest self wants you to be. So, I hope that helps. Think positive, breathe slowly, and know beyond the shadow of a doubt you are in alignment for something amazing. Okay. So, neutrality, you would like to join us for meditation. When you go to my meditation page on queenwortham.com, um, watch my videos on Joe Dispenza meditations. If you have, especially if you're familiar with them, then you're all good. If you've used them before, you're all good. If you've never used a Joe Dispenza meditation before, watch my videos on them because they are powerful, but they're a little weird, and you just got to be prepared. You got to just be prepared for the weirdness until you get used to it. So I want to convince people of how powerful they are, and I want to warn them that it can be a little off-putting. Okay. Are the meditations live on YouTube? No, I do them over Zoom, and the Zoom link is on my website, and no sign up required. It's like there's just a big orange button, and you click on that button and you're in the Zoom room. And I have the Zoom room accessible 247. So no matter what time of the day you click on it, you're going to go into the Zoom room, but I won't be there unless it's meditation time. And so it's super easy. You don't have to sign up, and you just join whenever you want. And I also have a little meditation on, or a little video on that page, just to tell you a little bit about what to expect with the meditations. Like it's okay if you come a little late or leave a little early, or and you don't have to be on camera. And just kind of gives you an idea of what to expect. I just talk for a few minutes. So, yeah, Wim Hof, it's WIM, the breath work that you can look up, Wim Hof. It's WIM and then last name HOFF. It's a man's name, Wim Hof. Okay. Yeah, see, neutrality, your soulmate is a tree. But your soulmate is also so many people and so many animals, and you never know. But I know you're being funny, but really I am seeing like there are people that like it's just so much a part of your energy to be a partner and to take a partnership seriously. And it's part of your natural energy because that's part of your destiny in this lifetime. And so you're in alignment. You're in alignment for it's like three beautiful connections. Okay. All right. So guys, that looks like it. And we've been going for 2 hours and 9 minutes. And if I make this any longer, nobody's ever going to watch this video. So, if you got your question answered tonight, please, when this video ends, when this live ends, go back to the video that shows up on my channel and put a comment under the video telling me about your experience. Even if you just want to say a quick thank you, I would really appreciate it. But the more you write, if you confirm, that I was correct, and that I was helpful, then not only do I love to read it, but every word that you write makes it more likely that YouTube will suggest this video to other people. I am very much trying to expand my reach right now. Like, I want to expand. I want to grow. I want to help more people. I want to be on stages. And so if you found value in this, if you're watching the replay and you found value in it, or if you found value being a part of this live, then just please do us all a favor, leave a comment under the video after this live ends, and that will be so helpful. I would love it so much. And if you need any help one on one, I should have said this earlier in the recording, but I have decided to raise my one-on-one rates again because the one-on-one work, I'm just going so deep with it and I'm getting such amazing results. And when I'm getting those kind of results, I don't want to keep myself away from my clients, but it's taking so much time that I'm not able to concentrate on other aspects of my business, like videos for my YouTube channel, for example. And so I'm raising my rates again so that I can continue to give more value and more time to my clients. And I'm going to be raising them very soon. What you see on my website right now is the sale price is what my current prices have been in the past month or so. But the price that you see that is the regular price, that's what all of the packages are jumping up to. And so if you are resourced and ready to do some really deep inner work and you want to work with me one on one, I am definitely taking new clients at this time. And you will love it. You will love it. You will love having an hour and a half spirit reading that's all about you and a total analysis of your energy field. And if you're a person who's doing inner work and you just really, really want to go further in your spiritual journey, I'm here for it. And I've been getting amazing results with my clients lately. So please take advantage of that. Meditation group is free. You're more than welcome to join. That's on my website too. Everything that I have going on is on my website at queenwortham.com. Or you can just keep watching the YouTube channel. That works too. So so please yeah, I really I most more than I am super tired, but more than anything, I just have to end it because this video is getting too long. And if somebody sees that it's a 2.5 hour video, nobody's gonna watch it. So so yeah, sorry, this is gonna be my last live for a while, but thank you guys so much for coming. I really, really appreciate your presence. And I love the energy. I love the collective energy that you guys bring. It feels so good to connect with you and connect with you in your energy fields, connect with your angels and guides. I love it. Love it so much. Thank you guys so much. And I will be talking to you soon. If you leave a comment, I will always respond. Leave comments for me if you want to in my YouTube channel if you want to talk to me. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.